Hello again, Jim Barnett here for Warriors.com, and welcome back to our Tweety-A-Day, where we have live interactive action with all of the players. You can see in the background, all of your questions on Twitter are being answered multiply by the players. And we're fortunate enough to have our new general manager. This is your first year, Bob Myers, and how does it feel to be at the helm of the GM spot right from day one?
Yeah. Well, first, Jim, I never thought Tweety-A-Day would happen. I think that would be more of a joke, but this is great. I'm glad we're doing this, and I hope the fans are enjoying it. This is exciting for me. I grew up here, Bay Area, so I'm
High School.
Part of me wants this from a personal standpoint, the team to be great, and then certainly professionally, it's part of my job description to make the team as best as I can. And it's been great. I've been fortunate to work with some great people, work for great owners, Joe Lake and Peter Guber, working with a guy like Jerry West, our basketball operations staff, coaching staff. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's exciting. Everybody's hopeful at the start of a new year, but we feel like we made some improvements on this team that'll hopefully please the fans.
I know that you've been very, very busy this summer, and you've been on a whirlwind, and you've made a lot of changes in this club. The team has gotten bigger. Big trade last year with Monte Ellis and Milwaukee to acquire Andrew Bogut. But I think it's important for you as a young man coming into this league in the position you were before as an agent, and then sitting behind for a while, and now you've got you're the general, if you will, and the responsibility lies with you. But you've had a lot of help. I think that's the important thing is you probably didn't feel as much pressure simply because you had a good support group around you helping make decisions?
Well, yeah, it's interesting, Jim. Everybody wants to either give credit to or blame the person that has these two letters next to their name, which is a G and an M.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes for a better story or it's just easier to put everything on one person. I don't think any organization operates like that. I think it's a team of people, just like a basketball team, although sometimes the star, not that I'm any type of star, but sometimes the media and fans want to focus on one player when it's actually a team that gets things done. And it's the same way in basketball operations. We have a great group of people. We solicit information across the board. I think we do it without ego. We don't really care who gets the credit. And for me, it's a blessing to work with good people. And hopefully there's solid fruits to our labor because we have worked hard. We think we've achieved a result that we can hopefully be competitive this year with this team. But certainly, no, I'm just one person. I'm just one piece to the puzzle, and I'm actually happy to be here, and it should be a lot of fun.
We had a question earlier from @MattBuzz2011, and he simply put playoffs 2013 as a question.
The brevity.
No one likes to predict that, but
no, it's a good question. I think that's the same question I'm asking, and I'm retired from the game, as are you, so we don't play anymore. My job and our job in operations is to put the best talent out there, hire the best coaches, trainers, strength coaches, everybody we can to support these players. Ultimately, they have to go out there and dictate the amount of success we have this year. It's upon the players. They get paid a good amount of money to do that. We're confident that they can. Whether we'll make the playoffs or not, to be determined. I'm hopeful that we can, but again, me saying that doesn't necessarily mean that we will or won't. I'm just hoping we compete, that we work hard, and I do think good things will happen then.
As I said to David Lee just a few moments ago while he was sitting in that same seat, on paper, this is the best Warriors team I've seen in many, many, many years, perhaps in the last 20 years. And let's start with the draft. You were lucky you were able to retain that number 7 pick. You got a terrific player, and particularly a player that has incredible potential, because not everyone has that kind of potential, star quality in Harrison Barnes. But you also picked up a big man from Vanderbilt in Ezeli, and Draymond Green, who played 4 years at Michigan State, knows how to play. I would say you have to be very happy with the draft. And would you give yourself an A on the draft? Most people do.
Well, they can give an A. I think, let me tell you, after I've seen these guys for a little while, how I'll grade them out. Everybody wants to give grades prior to, but I guess what you're saying is, from this vantage point, it looks like it could be a successful draft. We feel happy because when we targeted the draft and the players we liked, we had those 3 guys pretty high on our list. All of the players that you mentioned were rated higher than we actually were able to select them. So we had Barnes in front of the 7th pick. We had Ezeli before 30 and Green before 35. So from that standpoint, we're very happy. But again, for us, it's a wait and see approach, and I know that's not a popular answer, but players have to go out there and do it on the court. But we're confident they can, and we're confident that they'll help this team win.
How are you able to not only re-sign Brandon Rush, but also go out and get a formidable player in Carl Landry, and signing both of those two players?
Well, at the time we were doing that, my wife was due with our second child, so I told their agent, who represents both of them, I said, look, I don't have much time to mess around. I'm having my second daughter. Let's either do this or not. And I'm half joking, but I did say to him, I said, look, let's either do this deal or let's both move on. And I don't know if that had any bearing on the decision, but I think we were fortunate that Carl, as a free agent, saw what he thought was a team that could win. And so I think that's a small thing, Jim, but for us to want to have players to want to come play for us, it's very meaningful to come play for us. And in this situation, possibly at less than market value. Carl Landry's arguably worth more than what he's getting paid by us. And for Brandon Rush, again, to get on a good value, that was a huge coup for us. Luck has a lot to do with it. We work hard at what we do, so I'm hoping maybe that played into it. But we're very excited about having both of them.
This has always, in recent years, been a very poor rebounding team, but now you add Andrew Bogut alongside David Lee, Carl Landry, other players that can rebound too, but it remains to be seen, but it looks like, again, that finally that aspect of the game can be resolved, because it looks like a pretty good rebounding team. They're a lot bigger this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Everybody watches a game, Jim, and there's things that they don't like, and you have your one thing that you probably can't stand watching. I hated giving up defense or offensive rebounds. I just can't stand that. Giving the team an extra possession, not finishing the defensive possession. And as a fan of this team and working for this team, that's one thing that's just thorn in my side that I really personally can't stand. And so I'm hoping that with the addition of Bogut and some more size, we're able to corral the defensive rebound and get on the break and get some stops, because that's the most frustrating thing. You work hard on a possession, the shot clock winds down, and your team can't conclude the possession with a defensive rebound. We believe we've addressed that, but again, they have to go out there and do it.
Well, Bob, we really appreciate you stopping by and helping us out here on Tweety-A-Day, Warriors.com, our live streaming video show here. And we are going to have more from Tweety-A-Day and the Warriors training camp right after this. I'm Jim Barnett. Stick around.